Hello, everyone, and welcome to Empower Global Coaching Ministries podcast. Be an encourager. This is your host, Clarabel Coriano, Transformational Life Coach. I am so happy you are joining us today.
We don't talk about when we've, made it, we have our dream come true, and then all of a sudden our dream job is no longer our dream job or anything. You can put just about anything in there if something happens with your business or anything else. And so, a lot of people sit around and always talk about, well, I should write a book about this or I should write a book about that. And rarely does anyone ever just follow through and write a book about things. And so when this happened to me, my wife and I were talking and we were praying about things as well. And it's like, okay, what am I supposed to learn from this? Because there's always something that we can learn, even if we don't think we messed up, even if there's something that's not like, this is not really where I imagined myself to be. And so as we did that, we said again, well, maybe we should write a book. And we were like, and I was like, well, I don't really have an excuse if I'm too busy anymore because I'm not working. So we began to process that. And so I began to outline and write my first book, Leadership Lessons Learned. And as we were doing that, and writing itself, if anybody out there doesn't know, writing anything down is a healing process. Okay,
Yes, I agree.
whatever you're dealing with, I tell some people when you start getting emotional, write it down, look at it, maybe share it with your accountability partner or somebody, pray over it, contemplate over it, whatever you need to, and then write it up and throw it away. Or use it as a learning tool if you're writing a book for somebody or for yourself. And so that's where we were. And so then we begin to think and pray about, well, what if somebody doesn't read? Because not everybody out there is a reader. I mean, again, sometimes you get busy and you'd rather see something and look at it quickly and maybe come back to it again. And so once we wrote that first book and we got it published, we're like, okay, what's next? And so our business, Leading and Learning with Character, was kind of created out of writing that first book from that first piece of adversity that we dealt with. And so once we did that, we started developing classes that coincided with the lessons that I learned in the book. And then over the last 7 years, that's just kind of grown and developed into teaching platforms, both online and in person, where we teach a lot of the topics. And I've created classes specifically based on those leadership lessons moving forward. So that's kind of how I got to where I am now, of teaching the online and in-person classes and doing the consulting and the mentoring for individuals and organizations.